have
Yeah,
please go
hello,
ahead.
Sri.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Just to let you know, I hear you, but I will not talk because I am in my office. I'm still working, so I will keep myself muted. Is that okay?
Okay, no
Please.
problem. Yeah, so what are the last topic we have covered? I believe it was value-added services, right?
Yeah, value-added services in that package specifications.
But
last one.
We didn't run the scenario. I believe we
No,
would
we
have
didn't
only.
Yes, Sriram, please.
We didn't run that scenario.
No, we didn't run the scenario.
What is our warehouse? WM45 or
46.
45.
46.
46.
46.
WM46.
Yes, 46.
VAS we have completed, right? I can see
Even
that.
I remember we have completed VAS.
Yeah, that's what I believe because VAS we have completed, and after that we are supposed to take this RF and all. That's what I remember actually because before I went for vacation, I believe we have completed the VAS. On. Hello?
Yes, Sriram, but last topic was package specifications. You told, yeah, VAS you have explained, but
No, because I can see the transaction also we have run, right? We have ran a scenario.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Sriram. You have completed, yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine then. So, did you guys practiced and you have finished everything? Till guys?
I practiced up to POSC, but VAS I did not practice it.
Okay. Nicholas, I believe, is on mute. Okay, fine. What about Karthik and other people? Karthik?
Yeah. Same here. I have practiced up to POS because of some other work. From last 15-20 days, I have a lot of work, so I didn't find proper time.
Okay, no problem, guys. Okay, fine then. So today we will try to have the customization in the RF. Okay, how does an RF menu works and how does all these things works and all. We will see that. Okay, and then we will see tomorrow's thing about the resource management and all these things. But today we will talk about only the functional related one, and tomorrow I'll talk about the technical, how the other things and all. Okay, so basically we know what is an RF, right? What is the use of an RF gun? Have you ever heard about an RF gun in a warehouse? I mean, like radio, the RF in a warehouse space?
For scanning purpose or
Yes.
frequency?
What is the specific use of that for scanning?
Instead of manually picking, so if you can scan automatically, it can identify what is the material, batches, and expiry date.
Yeah. In order to have your warehouse, okay. Not only for your, I mean, like manually, but in order to find out where exactly your material, or maybe if you want to perform any kind of a transactions, whether it could be your inbound or an outbound or an internal or whatever it is, okay. So all sort of transactions, normally whatever we see in your desktop, that will be transferred into your RF gun. That's a different, again, we have ITS or else we have another things again here. That's fine. However, this particular RF, whatever we are trying to use, basically, it's of the SAP ones. Basically, I mean to say that it's of an SAP screens only, which will be deployed into that specific RF gun actually. However, that particular RF gun will be deployed based on your particular connectivities, whether it could be an ITS one or whether it could be an SAP console or whatever it is. But these days, everyone is going with an ITS one, Internet Services. Okay, so we will be deploying all our SAP screens and all. However, in order to deploy your SAP particular screens, basically, first thing, how does it looks like basically? Okay. Recovery not possible. I don't know what is this. Okay. So anytime, every time, whenever we are trying to log in, basically we will be requiring the resource and we'll be requiring the default presentation device. So these topics, whatever, I mean, like the resource creation and as well as the default presentation device are the ones which I will be defining or I'll be telling you in the resource management. Maybe tomorrow or day after we'll discuss this. Okay. So as of now, I'll try to create a resource by using a transaction. Okay, /n/ SCWM / RSRC. Okay, a resource, I'll put it as this. Okay, resource scope I don't want. What is this? Recovery not possible. This is the main menu. We already have that. Okay, but wait, is it is not coming. Something went wrong in the system here. Recovery not possible. What? I don't understand this. No here. Oh God. Something went wrong in the system, guys, I believe, because this is not how it behaves. Because normally when we try to log in, it will give you an options actually. what kind of menu you would like to have and all. Oh, but I don't see this one actually here. I have to check this particular feature then. I don't know what is happening. Hmm. Hmm. I can't take this topic then unless it is working.
What is this T code for this?
It's RFUI, Karthik. So normally what we do is we enter into this RFUI transaction. Forget about this. Someone has done an enhancement. Forget about this. Okay. So what happens is as soon as we enter, so it says that okay, you have to give your warehouse number, your resource, and your default presentation device. These are the wins.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as we enter, it says some recovery not possible. So someone has done some some customization here. So that's the reason the customization it's not they have not done properly. That's the reason it says that recovery was not possible. What recovery and all? I have no idea here. God. So shit. Hmm. Okay. Probably I'll park this topic for the time being, guys, because I'll check and I'll revert these changes back in the system with the help of this ABAP, and then I'll park this particular RFUI topic for you for the time being. Okay, guys. Hello.
Oh, yeah, fine, sir. No
Yeah,
problem.
because in the meantime, I'll talk to this ABAP and I'll rectify these errors and then I'll make sure that it works in the system. Okay. So for the time being, I'll take a very small topic, guys, today. Then okay. Then tomorrow
Okay.
onward, we will look after the other thing like the queue management or the resource management. That part I will take. This particular RF topic, I'll put it in a pending. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to waste the time over here. Now, here there is one concept actually which will be used in the internal process actually. Okay, which we will call it as an exceptional handling, guys. Okay, now that particular exceptional handling, what happens here is this exceptional handling will come into the picture maybe in every day-to-day operations also. Okay, just giving you one of the example here. Here, what happens is whenever we try to pick something of the materials from the bin, but unfortunately you found that material was damaged or the bin was damaged and you can't pick that stock what system has proposed, right? And the same way when we try to perform the put away also, the system proposes a new bin or the system proposes some bin whatever it is, right? But you can't perform in that particular specific bin. You're getting my point?
Yeah, whenever the package, I mean, the bin is not damaged and which is not able to
So
pick
it
the
could be
thing.
not only that, it could be anything. Sometimes there could be of the material shortage, or sometimes there could be material has gone, or it could be sometimes you can't pick that specific handling unit or the batch or whatever it is, or you want to deny the particular thing. So whatever it is, it's all the kind of an exceptions which we are providing it to the system basically. Agree? So in order to provide these exceptions in your warehouse, what we do is we have a concept called as an exceptional handling. Okay, so then that point of time, what we do, this particular exceptional handling, whatever we are having, it will always give you the specific reason. Means what we do is we will tell to the system that okay, this is what the exceptions was happened, and this is exceptional handling what we are trying to do. Okay, and then we will be assigning it there. Okay, this is the one which we will be doing it. Okay, so but in order to have this particular exceptional handling, what are the things which we required first? Okay, basically will be required some kind of things to be performed here, right? So what we do here is, this is one of the topic in the internal operations, guys. So I'm just because once we cover the physical inventory, I thought of taking it. So this particular exceptional handling, whatever we are trying to have it here. So the very first thing is what we try to have. Okay, we will try to have the business context. Okay, the very first thing is we'll try to understand what is the business context of it. Okay, and the third thing is which environment we are performing it. Okay, and the third thing is environment in the sense where and what kind of, means ideally we will be having two different types of environments always, guys. One is about your desktop environment, and the other one is always your RF environment, basically. So these are the two environments which we will be using it. And the other thing is the process code. Okay, means internal process code, whatever we have. So this particular internal process, I'm sorry. Okay, internal process code is the one where we will be telling to the system that, okay, what kind of a code we are using it. Okay, so now coming to these 3 points, always remember that business content. What is this business content? Means context normally, which whether you're using this exceptional handling in the inbound or your outbound or your internal or in any of the operations, what is the particular business purpose of it? Okay, first we have to decide that. And the second thing is about the environment. As I said earlier, we will be deciding whether we will be using it for your inbound, sorry, for your desktop environments, or we will be using it for your RF environments. Okay, so that will be this, because if you want we can make use of both the environments, but we do have an optional. This particular exceptional code should be entered via an RF, or this needs to be entered through a desktop. That's it. And the third thing is the process code. So whenever you are trying to have a particular exceptional handling, you will have a certain process codes which needs to be assigned, because this is a predefined code what SAP has given, so that it will help us to proceed further. Now let's take an example here, guys. What happens here, the very first thing is what we will try to do is, maybe we know that when we are trying to perform an inbound, what does that do normally? I mean, like a simple inbound, whatever it is. Can anyone just tell me the process what we do in a simple inbound case? Hello. Um,
Initially, there will be purchase order. Inbound, the delivery will be created, which will be distributed to warehouse. Again, the inbound delivery will be corresponding inbound delivery in our WM will be identified, and we will create the warehouse task. We will
yes.
confirm the warehouse order, and we will save the warehouse order. After that, the PGR will be confirmed automatically in so yeah, PGR will be automatically confirmed in
Hmm.
ECC level.
So we will do everything here, but what happens here is when we are trying to perform the put away, suppose what is the strategy we were using there? It could be always the next empty bin. Agree, guys?
Yeah, yes, which is
Yeah.
there in
So which is the
storage.
strategy which we have it at the storage type level, and which we have it. Okay, we'll tell to the system that okay, this is of the what do you say that next empty bin every time we are proposing it. But however, when the system is trying to search for the next empty bin, what happens? You do not have that particular bin. Maybe system doesn't know that, right? So what happens then? Maybe system has, because you know that physically when you go and you see that okay, you saw that the bin was completely damaged, which the system doesn't know, right? Hello.
Okay.
Yes, Sriram.
Please tell me what happened.
No, 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 nothing, nothing. You can continue. You can continue, Srinath.
So what is happening here? So in that particular, what happens is we are supposed to change that bin, but if you can't change the bin what system has proposed. Either you have to tell to the system that how to change it, right? Probably, or you have to enter some exception code. You're getting me?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, got
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in such a case, what we do here is we will try to basically give this exception code and we will change the destination pin. You're getting my point?
Understood,
Hello?
Sridhar. Functionally,
Yeah, because that's a kind of an exception, right? Basically. Hello?
got it. So if we see it, probably we will get a full picture how it
Yeah.
will be.
But that's one of the example I've given. So basically, the same way you will be having a multiple things. What you will be having, such as your pick denials, or there are a lot of exceptions. Basically, you're getting me?
Okay, got it.
So this is one of the basic, I mean, like the business example which I have tried to given you here. So based on that, we can understand the other things also. So the process remains the same, whether you work for anything. The only three things you always needs to understand is, okay, how does this particular things work? Okay, that's only the thing which we need to think about it. Okay, one is about the business content, the other one is about your environment, and the other one is about your process code. That's it. Okay.
When you say about environment, is it like development, quality,
Not
production, like that?
not that environment. In the EWM system, we always talk about the RF environment or the desktop environment.
Desktop, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
For a
these
moment,
are
I
the
lost.
ones which I was talking about, because
Yes.
we will have two different environments basically, one in the desktop, the other one in the RF. So whether
Yes.
you want to perform this particular exceptional code in which environment, so we have to tell to the system, because if you have given the business telling that okay, I will be executing in the desktop, but you're trying this exceptional code in the, what do you say, that in the RF, it doesn't work. Okay, so either the way, if you give it in RF and if you're trying it in desktop also, it won't work. But we have an option of giving both the things. But it's up to the business how they want to use. Most of the cases we'll be using it as the desktop only. Sorry, the RF one. Okay.
Okay. And I mean, so do we have any feasibility to block a bin as well?
Why not? We can. That is not an exception. We can directly block it in monitor transaction, and you can just block it. You can even put away blocks and all. We can normally do it. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is not an exception basically. That is a normal scenario where you can just block or unblock. That we can do that. But
Okay.
this is this process exception, right? That is not a
Yes.
process exception. So this is a place where you're trying to tell to the system that okay, this bin was damaged, and system is forcefully telling you to go through that bin, but you where you can't perform the put away. You're getting it now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any questions now?
Nothing
No,
from my end.
no, Srinath, as of now.
Okay, so now what we will do is we will take this as an example now, and then we will customize a Z custom code, and my custom code in the sense the custom exception handling, and then we will do it. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, so we always have this particular configuration under the cross settings only. So here, what is that here? SEM. Cross settings, exceptional handling. Okay, here define exception codes. Okay, this particular exception code, okay, WM46, Let's see that. So these are all the standard exceptional codes what SAP has already given. See ADP or BFE, CH, whatever it is. Okay. Now out of this, I'll take one of the exception called change destination bin. Okay. What I'll try to do here is I'll put it as ZCBD. Okay. So there are some dependent entries which got copied. Fine. So now we will make use of this like, particular exception code ZCBD. Now what I have told, the very first thing is what, guys? The business context, right? So you see this, whether you want to use this in MFS or material flow system, or you want to use this in internal operations, or you want to use this in the stock limit or whatever. No, I don't want to use any of this business context. I'll be using only in the put away. Okay. Okay. So what we are trying to do here? So put away in the sense only in the inbound, I want this particular exception code to work. This is what the business context I was trying to tell you here. Clear, guys? Now here, what is the second one? We have the environment or the step, whatever it is. Okay, both things. Here, what is this N1? If you see this here, 04 and 06. You see 04 is for the RF, 06 is also for the RF, right? But I would like to use this even for the desktop. So what I'll do is, I'll put it, I'll make use it for 01 and as well as for 02. You see this, what happened? 01 and 02, right? Hello.
Yes.
So what
Correct.
does that mean? I'm trying to make use this for desktop, but even in the desktop, we have an HU warehouse task and as well as a product warehouse task. So we know the difference between both the things, I believe, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that is what. So what we have done system, I would like to use both in both the systems. Okay. So what we are trying to do is I've given it. But however, what is the third one? I said there is something called as a process code, right? Now, if you go this, there is something called as an internal process code, CHBD. You see that? Now, this particular internal process code, whatever we are having here, you see that CHBA or CHBD or COCO or DIFF or whatever it is, these are the ones which we are giving it. What is the exact business we are trying to use, guys? Changing of the destination bin only, right? So this is what the internal process code we will be using. CHBA, if you want to change a batch or a bin or whatever, that is not the one which is required for us. That is because this code has already predefined a web program or something in that, and this will help us to change the destination bins. You're getting my point? Hello?
Okay. These are predefined,
These
and
are
we
all the
just
yes, these are all the predefined codes what SAP has given to us. If you want to have another existing functionality which is not self-using, you can define your own custom codes also based off your app. So what happens, you will be creating some Z1. So such that particular comes on the actual, but normally 95% or 99%, what I've seen is we'll be using the standard exception codes only, unless and until if the business is so specific that we can't suffuse it, then we'll go it. But what I have seen is exceptional handling, whatever the codes SAP has provided, that is more than enough for us because it has covered all the exceptions whatever we use in the warehouse. Okay, so this is
okay.
first one thing. So now first three steps we have covered, right? Now, but however, we have to see that we have another options also here. What are that? Workflow, status management, alerts. So basically here what happens is the significance of the alert management or the workflow management comes into the picture, where the ABAP comes into the picture. If in case your business wants to have alerts, or your business wants to have the workflow to be triggered, you're getting my point. Means what is happening there, if in case if your particular business or wants to have I mean like a keen observation on what exceptional handlings they're using in the system, or what exceptional handlings are being used in a warehouse, so what they do is they will create one workflow, and that particular workflow will trigger an email to your specific supervisor or your manager, telling that in so and so specific area so and so exceptions are being used. You're getting that? This because in order to avoid the what do you say, that manual interventions, because this is a kind of an exceptions only. So in order to avoid it, so this is a workflow. If not, if you don't want to have a workflow, there is another way also where we can execute it from the monitor transaction also. So what is that? If you see this ZCBD with history, okay, we can flag that. Getting it, guys? Hello.
Got it. If you click this option, we can do it from monitor transaction as well.
Monitor transaction itself, we can create, we can pull out the report on a specific day. What are the exceptions? If you don't want to do that kind of an activity, you can go for a workflow configuration, which will be done by your ABAP, not a function. Okay. So this
Got
is
it.
the one which we'll run a scenario of it and we'll see it, guys. Okay. I'll take one of the simple scenario here. So that's how you see here. Oh, sorry, I came out. Huh? Okay, I'll come back again.
So you can take an already completed order, which you meant to say, right?
Completed, how can I take it? It's already completed, right? Because changing of a destination bin, how can I do it? You can't.
That's
Hmm?
you have selected. I mean, delivery which is completed. So I felt
No, 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 no. I'm just taking a reference of it. That's it.
okay. Pivo, okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Because I have to create a new relative, right? Okay. So now, if you see that here, okay, I have the strategies and all in place, but I don't remember. First thing is what I'll do. I'll create a warehouse task.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Sridhar.
Mm,
When I see the delivery which is distributed, I go,
mm.
oh, okay, okay. That is the text, right? ASN is nothing
That's
but
an
text.
ASM. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry.
That's a
I,
free text-free object, no?
yeah, yeah, true.
Mm. Now, what is happening here? You see that system has proposed me one bin, basically. You see that C, but okay, let me confirm in the foreground. I don't want to use that bin because of some reasons the bin got damaged. I'll be using this. Okay, confirm and save. System, you see that what happens? It can't allow either if you're giving an exception code only. You're getting my point? So what happens here is unless and until you allow and you give the particular exception code. What is the exception code you have? ZCBD, right? This is the exception code, whatever we have it here. Now, when we have this particular exception code, confirm plus save, it got confirmed. You see that? Because that exception code we already defined in the system, telling that it has an appropriate process code in that. That's the reason system is allowing you to perform it. You're getting it, guys?
Yeah,
Hello?
got it. Understood.
Yeah. So now if I go to my particular monitor transaction, obviously it should have to have that. Okay. You see this here. Now this EBD is the one, and where did we use by confirming it on what date and all. You can see it over here. You see that, guys? Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got.
So this is how all the exceptions. This is one of the example I've taken. Like that, if you see, you have a multiple exception codes in the system. Okay. So here,
I mean,
hmm,
one question over here, Sri.
yeah, please.
So, do we have any automation as well for this?
What automation?
For exception picking, because when you say workflow, right?
Hmm.
So even at that level also you need to enter exception manually only, right? At that where.
Workflow is a kind of a triggering, right? You will not have an automation in this scenario, right?
Okay,
Workflow
okay,
is a scenario where you want to raise an alerts or some kind of an thing, but that is a different thing altogether. That's a part
okay,
of this web fun. You don't need to worry about that.
okay, okay. Got
Okay. Yeah.
See, all these exceptional handlings are at warehouse level only. These codes can be
Yeah,
created.
yeah. It can be at a warehouse level only.
So it can't be like storage type, storage bin level.
No,
No,
no.
not
It
like.
should be at a warehouse level. It
Okay,
can't be at a, yeah. Okay. So, sorry. Go ahead.
that's it. That's it.
So now, where am I at? You see this? These are all the exception codes here. The standard one.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. So additional product, full pack change, destination. I mean, I've taken one of the example. That's it. That way you have multiple things. You see, HUs are missing or HU or whatever it is. Okay. Unaccepted interruption, working material damage, low stock check, whatever it is, you will be having all these things, guys. Okay. Getting it?
Yes, yes.
So these are all things, but the concept, whatever we have discussed, that remains the same. There is no change in that, but only thing is you have to decide what kind of the business you are trying to use of it. That's it. Apart from that, there is nothing else in that. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yes, okay, Sriram.
I hope it's clear on this particular topic, right?
Yeah.
Fine then. So probably I'll see. I think tomorrow also we can't rectify this issue. I'll give me some time. I'll park this topic of the RF management one. I'll in the meantime, okay, when it comes to an inbound, I guess guys, we have covered pretty much all the things like a simple inbound and as well as the complex inbound of the POSC. Right? Now we have to start with the outbound actually. What I'll do is I'll take the resource management one because resource, oh, but even if I take the resource management also RF has to work. So then these two topics are dependent. Fine then. Okay. Then in such a case, I'll start taking the outbound scenarios for you guys. Okay. Once we completed the simple inbound, outbound, we will see that. Okay. Hello.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, so we'll start with the simple outbound from tomorrow, and then we'll see how does a complex outbound also works. Okay, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I believe if we completed the simple outbound, almost like we have covered up to 50% of the topics. But RF1 is there. I'll take it completely at the end of the sessions then, because normally what I'll do is I'll complete this simple inbound, complex inbound, then the RF and the resource management. Then I'll go to the simple outbound. But as being RF is not working for us in the system now, I'll go to the simple outbound and RF I'll shift completely at the end of the sessions. Okay. Once if it is working, maybe at the middle also I'll take it. Okay.
Fine, fine.
Yeah, I'll talk to Avaper and then I'll rectify that issue in the meantime. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's catch up tomorrow and then we'll start about this outbound scenarios and then we'll see that. Okay.
Fine. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.